Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm meteorologist Leonard Josiah with a look at your tropical weather update. I'm going to give you a broad expanse of the satellite imagery of the Atlantic Ocean right now. We're looking at the western parts of the region, including the Caribbean Sea. All these clouds that you're seeing right here is indicative of a weak low pressure area. We're going to be keeping our eyes on the Gulf of Mexico in the next couple of days because the models are suggesting that we are likely to see some tropical storm activity forming in the Gulf. Even though that is not going to be affecting us here in the Eastern Caribbean islands, all the way out to the Northern Atlantic Ocean, hardly anything to talk about, but our eyes continue to be peered between the main development area from Antigua and Barbuda, the Leeward Islands right here, all the way out to the coast of Africa. We're looking at some tropical waves coming towards the island chain. The one furthest away is a little bit more robust, a little bit more stronger. The National Hurricane Center is giving it a 20% over the next 7 days that we'll see some tropical cyclone activity, but the forecast is for it to go on towards the west, northwest, and even towards the northwest out into the open Atlantic. We are closer home right here. This is the one that we're paying closer attention to. The National Hurricane Center is suggesting that the conditions are favorable ahead of it, and some slow development is forecast as we can see some tropical cyclone activity forming in this particular area. Now, the models are suggesting from last night until today that the chances have fallen a little bit. Last night it was 50% chance that we will see some tropical cyclone formation, but this morning most of the ensemble models are suggesting that it is not necessarily finding the favorable spot for it to develop. Nonetheless, over the next couple of days we're going to be paying closer attention to it. So here is it right now, and the forecast is for it to move on towards the west to northwest. A couple of days ago it was likely to track closer to the Leeward Islands, but what we are noticing is that the tropical cyclone formation, and with respect to the modeling, they're suggesting a track further towards the south over the Windward Islands and into the Caribbean Sea, and possibly might want to impact Jamaica. So definitely as we go on into the weekend, we are going to be monitoring this particular area for tropical cyclone formation. Only a 40% chance of formation in the next 7 days here in Antigua and Barbuda. We are likely to issue possibly a tropical cyclone alert if the model trends continue to hold and it tracks closer to us here in the region. But for us here in Antigua and Barbuda, the rest of the Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands, we are going to be monitoring it very closely, but for right now it's still pretty far out, but we're going to be monitoring as we go on into the weekend. You would have noticed some patches of low-level clouds on the easterly trades with the available moisture that's there right now. We are noticing some passing showers, not only for us here in Antigua and Barbuda, but the rest of the Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands. Further towards the south, we are seeing a little bit more robust activity, and with that, we can, if you're traveling towards the south, we are noticing that you can have some thunderstorm activity over the southern Windward Islands, less activity in Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago further towards the south. But as we go on into the weekend, we can talk. Our forecast goes pretty much like this. In Antigua and Barbuda, as we go on into the weekend, even until Monday, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers for today, Friday, 40% chance of showers on Saturday and on Sunday. That tropical wave will enter the region, possibly as a tropical cyclone, a higher chance of showers on Monday. Then look at Montserrat and St. Kitts and Nevis. The very same forecast tell the tale. A 60% chance of showers for today, Friday, a slightly lower chance of showers in St. Kitts for the weekend, and we're looking at a higher chance of showers come on Monday. If you're in Anguilla and the British Virgin Islands, we're still looking at a 60% chance of showers for today, and slightly lesser chance of showers going on into Friday and on Sunday, and that wave and possibly tropical cyclone activity in the region on Monday for not only Anguilla but for the British Virgin Islands. Remember that you can engage with us either via one of these platforms as your trusted source of weather here in Antigua and Barbuda and the Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands via social media. Even here in Antigua, you can give us a call at our hotline at 463-4638. And as I always say, the weather will always change, but you can keep weathering your weather in spite of the weather, whether you like it or not. I'm Leonard Josiah, wishing you a safe and productive weekend.